Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today let's take a look at 10 of the best TV shows we know, but had the worst first episodes. Some TV shows captivate audiences from the start with great writing, acting, and settings. On the other hand, most shows take a few episodes to get it right. Whether the team is still working on the storyline, the characters' personalities, or even the cast, not every show starts off on the right foot. Sometimes this works against them, as it's hard for viewers to get past their initial impression and give the series another chance. However, fans shouldn't miss some great TV shows just because of a first bad impression. Allowing a series to show its true colors is sometimes worth it in the end. From sitcoms to dramas, some TV shows need a few episodes to understand their characters and the stories they want to tell. Example number 1. The Venture Bros felt too bizarre before it won over audiences. An adult animated comedy, The Venture Bros is as absurd as it is hilarious. The comedy won critical acclaim thanks to its clever writing and witty jokes, but the first episode didn't demonstrate its potential. The series hadn't had a chance to develop its signature meta-commentary and world-building, and the pilot suffered and felt relatively directionless. The Venture Bros is a clever show that developed into a unique, complex series that stands apart from the likes of Family Guy and The Simpsons. The pop culture references in The Venture Bros seem to hit more and better with every episode as they went, and its emotional core won over the fans who were skeptical after the pilot.
The monarch has many ways to sting.
Monarchs don't sting.
Number 2. The Wire started off really slow. The Wire is undoubtedly one of the best television series of all time. Its exploration of social injustice and politics was groundbreaking and still remains relevant decades later. However, for many viewers, it took some time to enjoy the show. The Wire starts slow, building its characters and themes, and as a result, it failed to capture its audience at first. Fans of The Wire today agree that it can be hard for new viewers to get into the show. However, its excellent writing and acting in later episodes proved that it was worth the wait. The episodes kept getting better, and The Wire won over audiences and critics.
Avon Barksdale, Stringer Bell. Crew's been running Franklin Terrace for a year. 5 high-rises going 24/7 for dope and coke.
Phelan isn't just a judge. He's a political entity.
Number 3. Parks and Recreation didn't know what it wanted to be. At first, Parks and Recreation started as an idea for a spin-off of The Office, with the same minds behind the scenes. The concept was later dropped to create an original standalone show, but the first episode still stood in Michael Scott's shadow. Viewers and critics alike thought Parks and Recreation was trying too hard to emulate The Office, with its mockumentary format and dysfunctional boss. Luckily, the creators of Parks and Recreation soon realized what worked in this show and was able to survive past its rocky start. Fans who stood by the show saw huge improvements as the series progressed. By season 2, Parks and Recreation managed to erase its questionable opening from viewers' minds.
They left the keys to the brand new Porsche. Would they mind? Well, of course not. I'll just take it for a little spin and maybe show it off to a couple of friends.
Number 4. Seinfeld didn't have all its characters ready. When Seinfeld came out, it wasn't an immediate success. The first episode in particular felt a little flat compared to the rest of the series. While it was still a solid premise, the creators adjusted some details after the pilot, giving Seinfeld its iconic cast and characters. Julia Louis-Dreyfus didn't join Seinfeld until later, and her absence from the first episode is obvious. The jokes weren't as sharp either, but luckily the show started to pick up steam after its second episode. Audiences connected with the famous trio more, and Seinfeld became one of the most popular sitcoms of all time.
Really? I can't get over it.
Sexy?
This woman drove us out of our minds.
Like, how did she sound?
She had this throaty, sexy kind of whisper.
Number 5. Happy endings felt too much like other sitcoms. Happy endings came out when many sitcoms were vying to be the next big thing. While the series started with a decent premise, it couldn't distinguish itself from its competition. With some unstable acting complicating things further, the first episode of Happy Endings didn't land with fans or critics. However, as the show continued and its characters developed, Happy Endings found its voice. Its humor felt authentic, and the writing won over critics who were still on the fence. By season 2, Happy Endings received critical acclaim, leaving behind its weak first episode.
No, not exactly the way I thought we'd be using it.
Oh, get some scrimp. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary!
Number 6. Bob's Burgers found its unique style later on. Like many shows, Bob's Burgers suffered from underdeveloped art and writing in its early seasons. Its first episode feels awkward and a bit boring and just sort of lacks the sharp writing that made it unique later on. The animation also got better after the first couple of episodes, perfecting the show fans love today. Bob's Burgers' entire first season received mixed reviews, but audiences who get through the first few episodes have a treat in store for them. Bob's Burgers is now a critical success and has managed to earn several accolades, distancing itself from its slow and shaky start.
Do you think he's gonna have skulls?
What do you think he eats soup out of?
Hey, do you think he's gonna have a drawer full of gum that he takes out of corpse pockets?
Number 7. House MD felt like a work in progress. The first episode of House MD isn't exactly bad, but it didn't demonstrate the show's promise. The medical drama about an obnoxious, self-obsessed doctor became a classic with fans thanks to its sarcastic tone, original characters, and interesting medical enigmas. House is often considered one of television's best-written dramas, yet its first episode felt quite different. The pace of the first episode of House isn't as sharp as the rest of the show, and the aesthetic changed considerably after the pilot. Even visually, the first episode felt like a different series, with its eccentric color palette and lighting style. It wasn't anything like the series that followed.
Is she a doctor? No, but everybody lies.
Dr. House doesn't like dealing with patients.
Isn't treating patients why we became doctors? No.
Number 8. Breaking Bad didn't captivate viewers from the start. Even though Breaking Bad received positive reviews from critics right off the bat, audiences had a hard time connecting with the show after its first episode. Breaking Bad starts with great acting and an amazing premise, but its story moves slowly. Viewers struggled to stay interested in the show, but many fans noticed that things really picked up the pace after this awkward opening. It's hard to believe a show as groundbreaking and original as Breaking Bad didn't start off on the right foot. Fortunately, with every new episode, the show built up the intrigue with clever writing, forcing audiences to give it a second chance. Number 9. Criminal Minds improved on their characters later on. Criminal Minds is a fan-favorite procedural crime drama centering on FBI profilers who take on serial killers and difficult cases. While the show is beloved for its exceptional characters and chilling cases, the first episodes of Criminal Minds felt like a different show. The relationships between the main detectives and their unique characteristics took a few episodes to work out. Criminal Minds was such a big hit it earned a revival shortly after its initial cancellation. But its start was anything but perfect.
I'm a genius. Try again. Fail again. Fail better.
Samuel Beckett.
Try not. Do or do not.
Number 10. The Office was too much like its UK counterpart. For a show that started out as a remake, the American version of The Office managed to find its own path. The show is now one of the most popular sitcoms of all time, and its highly quotable jokes will be a part of pop culture forever. Even so, the first episode of this series wasn't as well received as the rest of the show. The American version of The Office was met with mixed reviews and skeptical viewers at first. The new US Office was trying too hard to imitate its UK counterpart and struggled in its attempts to match its parent show's tone. As the series continued, however, the American version of The Office found its voice. With sharper writing, unique performances, and funnier jokes, the show slowly morphed into a classic sitcom.
Violation, I could fall and pierce an organ.
We'll see. See, this is why the whole downsizing thing just doesn't bother me.
Downsizing?
Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content, and I'll see you again next time.